Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting and informative things that are happening right here in our community. Today we're going to be talking about a new initiative that is going to be supporting a local youth organization that is a long-standing organization, has made a strong, solid commitment to our community for many years. And we're going to talk about ways in which you can actually support this initiative and also help to bring our community together. We're always interested in those kinds of things on this broadcast. I want to introduce to you Henry Hammonds. He is the club director for the Williams Elementary Boys and Girls Club. Welcome to the broadcast, Henry.
Thank you, Kenny. Thanks for having me.
And board member Brian Knowles is here with us today. How you doing, Brian?
Doing well, Kenny. Thank you.
Listen, it's good to have both of you guys, and I got real excited about having this conversation because you introduced something to me that I had no idea about. But once you laid out the idea about what was happening, I got really excited and said, we need to really find a way to share this information with the community and bring some people together, as I said, for a very positive cause. It's called the first annual, so you plan to do this year after year, the first annual North Alabama Slow Roll. You got to tell us what that is.
Well, our first annual North Alabama Slow Roll is a bike ride. And the bike ride is quick for all families to come out. We meet and we come out, we ride bikes, and we have a great time. And it's for bringing all the people in the community together. Okay,
so essentially it is a physical activity that is also a family-friendly activity. That's also a fun activity. I'm hearing all these little elements of stuff in what you're saying. And it's really an opportunity to bring people together in the community, again, to support the Boys and Girls Club, which for many years, as I said, has been a leader in this community as it relates to making a difference in the lives of young people. I remember years ago when I served on the board, we were the positive place for kids. And so many years later, we remain that for so many kids, a beacon of light and opportunity for young people in our community. What do you hope to happen as a part of this slow roll? What's going to happen?
For me, we're looking for this fundraiser to, like we said earlier, bring people together, bring the community together, family setting, to go out and have fun and ride bikes and enjoy the great outdoors. We also looking forward to do a fundraiser for our local Boys and Girls Club, the J.E. Williams unit. Mm-hmm. And so we're planning this to go on for year after year so we can enjoy coming together, fundraising, and have a great community and bring it all together.
And it takes those funds in order to really support the young people and provide the services that you provide year after year. And you're open, is it 360?
Almost 365
days a year?
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty close.
Yes, you knock off a couple of days and
yeah. So you are a ever-present community venue for young people to be able to come to and have a place after school. All through the summer, I know that there are initiatives that go on at the Boys and Girls Club. It's a very vital part of the community. What is the slow roll itself? Like, you're talking about a bike ride, but will it start a certain place and end a certain place? Will there be teams? Will there be, tell me about the event itself. What is the event?
Well, we're going to start at Raytheon. They've allowed us to start at their offices out in Research Park on Jan Davis Drive. And we're going to start rolling at 8:30 a.m. on August 20th, Saturday, August 20th. Registration will open at 7 a.m. And so we hope to have everybody assembled and start rolling it right at 8:30. And then we're going to roll around Research Park. And there's going to be two routes. There's going to be a route for adults or, people who are in pretty good shape that want to do the full route. That's about somewhere around 8 miles. And then there's going to be...
That's robust.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a family route, we call it, for families with young children who don't want to take on the full route. We're thinking that will be somewhere under 2 miles. Mm-hmm. But it all starts and ends at the same place, and then we'll have some refreshments and a celebration at the end.
So like most other things, you got a couple of options there. The ones that are really the athletic type, the the weekend warrior types. They can get out there and do their 8 miles, really push it. And it could be real competitive if that's what people choose to be, or it could be not, depending on what they choose. But then you also have that option for those that are wanting a more milder approach, a much more, as you said, family-friendly kind of thing where, families with young kids can ride together and enjoy the beautiful day. August is usually, you said August 28th. It's still a little warm, but I think that's late enough in the summer that you probably will have a good opportunity. It's early enough in the day, I think, for people to really come out and have a great time. And this is an event that people will have an opportunity to really kind of learn something, I think, about the mission of the Boys and Girls Club, too, which I want to take a small opportunity to talk about here, because the fundraiser is a no-brainer for me. We need to support young people, but just take a few moments and let's celebrate the role of the Boys and Girls Club in the community and what it represents. I know, Henry, you're club director at Williams Elementary, but you've got multiple clubs around the city. You've got multiple programs across those clubs, and you've got hundreds of children who are benefiting from this type of service and operation. So just talk a little bit about what's happening out there on the ground with the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, the Boys and Girls Club, like you said, is a nonprofit organization that opened the doors for disadvantaged children. Our mission is to inspire and enable all young people, especially those that need us the most, to realize their full potential as responsible, productive, and caring citizens. And so with the Boys and Girls Club, we during the school year, we open from 2:30 to 7, Monday through Fridays. And we have buses that drop off at different locations for our Boys and Girls Club in schools. After school programs. During the summer, it's a little different. We're open from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Big span of time.
Big span of time. And we have kids come from all over to all our Boys and Girls Clubs. And so we really enjoy having the experience to work with children, to lead and mold them in the right direction, in the way they should go. And hopefully that stays with them as they grow up and become productive citizens. They can come back and share their experience with some of the younger ones that's coming up in the future.
Henry and Brian, I'm thinking as Henry's talking, and I'm looking around our communities, around this nation, even around the world, and I'm thinking about the value of the Boys and Girls Club. You really can't quantify it. I mean, it's impossible to put a dollar amount on it. It's impossible to say that, if we raise this amount of money, then we'll have this amount of success. I mean, it's really hard to do that. But each year, the Boys and Girls Club has a Youth of the Month, and then they have a Youth of the Year.
Yes.
And then multiple Boys and Girls Clubs have those same kinds of recognitions. And then at the end of the year, you have this one big Youth of the Year celebration among these hundreds of young people who have been Youths of the Month. And I get excited about that because for me, that's the hope of our future. It's us as adults investing in the lives of young people today in real, tangible ways, not just throwing money at them, but having a club open during the school year from 2 to 7, having a club open during the summer hours from 8 to 5 where kids all over the community can be a part of this experience. And this is huge. I mean, do you all see this as part of the way I see it, as a key part of the answer to shaping the future for young people?
Absolutely. Yeah, the mission of the Boys and Girls Club is very inspiring to me. If you can inspire these kids, as Henry said, to stay on track, to stay in school, to see a vision of where they can go. It is the foundation of the future, I think.
Oh.
And I also think, Kenny, it takes a tribe to raise a child, and with the help of volunteers, great volunteers like Brian and others that come in, they want to give their time and come in to help work and mold with kids and mentor. That's priceless. No amount of money in the world can cover that, because kids need that. And like I said, volunteers like Brian and others come in and they spend that time with them, and kids remember that as they grow older, and they remember Mr. Brian came in and helped me, or Mr. Brian coached my T-ball team. They remember that, and they come back and they want to volunteer and give back as well, because someone helped them as well as me. Someone helped me when I was coming up through Boys and Girls Club, so I wanted to give back. And then I started working and I started giving back, wanted to give back. And so we just wanted to keep it going. You know, come through Boys and Girls Club, give a little something, and then you have people to give it back and pay it forward later.
You can't talk enough about the work and support that volunteers provide for these kinds of initiatives. Nonprofit agencies all over this community, as well as communities where people are actually watching this video now that are not a part of Huntsville's community, but all over the nation, perhaps even places around the world. You can't put a value on the volunteer efforts that are made in these processes. And I often wonder, what is it that drives the volunteers? What is it that keeps you coming back time and time again? Brian, since you're here, as a board member, as a volunteer, what is it that inspires you? I mean, you're a busy person. You're a professional person working for a major company in town, and you got a handful of responsibilities and family and lots of other community connections and stuff. We've worked together in a united way, so I know that volunteering is something that's valuable to you. What keeps you in this process?
Well, you know, Kenny, when I grew up, I had lots of blessings and lots of opportunity. And, you know, as I look around the community, not all families and not all kids have the same opportunities that I had. And it's just inspiring to me to, you know, and my Christian faith inspires me to go out and help my neighbors. That's basically it. I want to help my neighbors.
Yeah. And there are very tangible and simple ways to do that we all can figure out ways to invest in the lives of young people. Henry, something that I'm always engaged in people conversationally about is that somebody comes to me and says they want to start an organization. And you know, I kind of perk up and I'm thinking, cool, well, what kind of organization? I want to work with kids. Well, what do I want to do with kids? I want to mentor kids. I want to help kids and guide their path for the future. And I always applaud the passion that people have to do those kinds of things, but we really don't need to start over again. We have multiple agencies in most communities that are addressing these issues. And in this community, the Boys and Girls Club happens to be one of those premier organizations. So over the next couple of minutes, maybe you can just speak to those people that are listening to the broadcast today who may be looking for a way to get involved. They don't quite know what the commitment might be. They might know exactly or not know exactly what they can do and how they can do it. A lot of people want to help, but they don't exactly know who to reach out to. So what would you say to people that might be listening this afternoon that say, look, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to devote my time to young people, and I'm going to pick the Boys and Girls Club?
What I would tell them, Kenny, is that we can definitely use their help. All they would have to do is come and fill out a volunteer application. And once they fill out that volunteer application, we have several Boys and Girls Clubs across our communities that they can volunteer at. They'll pick their choice of where they want to work and volunteer. So after they do their application, the application is approved. They can come in, like I said, come in and work at any Boys and Girls Club. They don't have to sign no contract a long period of time. They come and go as they please. And I tell everybody that once you come inside the Boys and Girls Club, as well as Brian knows as well, once you come inside the Boys and Girls Club and start working with a kid, you're going to want to come back. You want to come back daily because kids are innocent. And when people come in and volunteer, kids win them over, and they want to keep coming back and doing and volunteering and giving back all the time. So if they're looking for a place to come and volunteer, we welcome all volunteers to come out to our Boys and Girls Club and check us out, come and see us, come and visit first before they decide to volunteer. And I guarantee you, once they come and visit, they'll be back.
Yeah, and a few things in life I think that are greater and more gratifying than seeing the physical reaction of a child to you spending time with them and showing interest in them and paying attention to them. I mean, the light that comes on sometimes, the joy that they have in their face, just the positive expressiveness that comes from that kind of dynamic interaction, you just can't replace with anything in this life. And so I'm very grateful for the Boys and Girls Club. I've been a long-term cheerleader and champion for what you all do, and love having these kinds of opportunities to discuss it. Let's tell people one more time, the first annual, people that know this, you guys will be back next year talking about this again. The first annual North Alabama Slow Roll is a biking event, family friendly, How can people get more information about it?
Well, we have we have a phone number, 256-679-0362. We have an email address, which is NALSLOWROLL, that stands for North Alabama Slow Roll, @gmail.com. And they can also find some more information on the Boys and Girls Club Facebook and website.
Outstanding.
Exactly. We put it on Facebook, so people who want to know about the slow roll bike ride, they can also get information from there.
Okay, fantastic. We love Facebook, and we always ask people to not just check our Facebook page out, but our guest Facebook pages. And so we're thankful that you have that as well. Henry Hammonds is the club director for the Williams Elementary Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having us, Kenny.
Brian Knowles is a board member of the Boys and Girls Club, and we're thankful that he's a part of this process as well. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Kenny.
And good luck on the first annual North Alabama Slow Roll. I just kind of slowed that down a bit to be consistent with the name. Thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of our broadcast, and we hope that you will pay attention to the information that we have on the screen about getting in contact with these gentlemen about this very important event that is designed to support a very, very important entity of our community. We also hope that you will like their Facebook page as well as our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson, where you'll be able to see this program, the video of it, and please share it with people. I mean, that's why we post it out there. We want people to know what's going on. We'd love for you to share that information, and also you'll see behind the scenes images of the broadcast as well. We hope that you have a great rest of the week. Until the next time, I'm Kenny Anderson for Impact. We'll see you soon.